Hello everyone, it is Susan here. Thank you for being on this watercolor journey with me. And today we're going to go ahead and swatch out my palette of QOR watercolors. So the QOR paints I have had for actually quite a while. I got some in a kit at one point, and then I had bought like just a few more to add on to that. That was a while ago. And then okay. All right, so far I have my Hansa Yellow Light, I have Nickel Azo Yellow, and now this next one I'm going to put on here. I've not ever used before, so I'm excited to see it. I expect it to be a little bit more orange. It's called Permanent Gamboge, and I'm expecting it to be more orange than the Nickel Azo Yellow. Oh yeah, super pretty, super pretty. Okay, so now I'm gonna leave like a couple of spots here because I have two empty wells, and I'm gonna go into my greens. So I do like that, it's super pretty. It looks, yeah, it really does look like Aussie Red Gold. It really looks very similar to that. So this one is Phthalo Green. Beautiful deep green. Beautiful. Very, very, very pretty. That one I had. So that color, I think I have that color in Daniel Smith. Now this color green, this shade of green, I have never had before. And it is called Sap Green. Super pretty. Super pretty. I mean, I see a lot of people use it, and I'm like, oh, well, let me give that a try. So like what I didn't get in this palette is Undersea Green, which I absolutely love in Daniel Smith. But I don't know. I went with Sap Green instead, and it's super pretty. And Daniel Smith, the Undersea Green is very, very, very granulated. So I'll see if the Sap Green is as well. All right, so now I'm gonna like skip a little spot here, and then we're going to go into Olive Green, which is one of my favorites as well in Daniel Smith. Okay, nice big, nice deep, deep, deep green, very deep green. It's good to add with other greens if you have a green that you want to darken up a little bit. So this one I think is probably my favorite. Well, it's my favorite lighter green, and the reason why it's what is it? It's green gold, and the reason why is because it granulates really, really, really pretty. Okay, so that's that side. Let's move to this side. I'm going to start with the blue up on top, which is Cerulean Blue Chromium. You know, let me clean my brush a little bit better. I can see I have some yellow in there. Okay, so now, let's see. I love Cerulean Blue. It's so pretty. It's such a blue, like not like a deep blue, but just, I don't know, it's just like such a clean, beautiful mid-tone blue. And it granulates really pretty too. So the next one is Ultramarine Blue, which I think most everyone probably has. Almost, right? It's a pretty, it's a staple really in pretty much any watercolor palette. So this one is Cobalt Violet. Now this one is super pretty, but the thing that gets me about this color is the lack of pigment. You know, for me, I like a lot of pigment. I love a lot of color. So for me, it's an unusual color for me to have because it's just light. It's just not super pigmented. It's going to be pretty for like adding to a sky or flowers or even a tree or anything like that, right? I think it's going to be a pretty accent color for me. Because again, I like a lot of deep color. All right, so this next one is quinacridone magenta. Obviously one of my favorites because it is pink. Super pretty. All right, so then we have permanent alizarin crimson. Beautiful deep color. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So I'm liking the palette so far. I have like a nice range of colors here. So this one is Pyrrole Red Light. I also have this in Daniel Smith. And I mean, I like it, but to me, it's just not a red. To me, it's an orange. You know, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. I get it. You know, it's just very orange to me. All right, so now I have to skip a spot because I have a well that I need to skip. Oh, I don't know that I skipped oh yeah, I did 2 here and 1 there. Yes, and then 1 here. Okay, so now we're going to get into burnt sienna, which that I think is probably another staple in most painters' palettes. And super granulating, very, very, very pretty. I do also have burnt umber, but we're not going to do that just yet because I have phthalo blue in green shade. Now, the reason why I have a blue at the other end of my palette is because, like, you know, this palette started with 9 colors in it because I've had it for a while. And I was able to move 3, I think it was 3 of the colors, but this blue right here, I couldn't because there was so much in it. So I just left it there. So it's kind of like not in the right spot, but that's okay. And then here is our burnt umber. And let's go ahead and get that. And you can just see the granulation. You can just see it. Oh my gosh. You know, and not everybody likes granulation, but I'll, you know, hold this up and I'll show you what that is. I'm loving this palette. So I'm going to hold it up. I can't get too close because I don't want it to get blurry. But, you know, once this dries, I'll, you know, write the names for each of them. But like these two look very granulated. And to me, one way that I see granulation is that it starts to look like leather, right? It just gets that very leathery look. Yeah, so even like this green right here is, let me see which one, that's the sap green, I can see is granulating. It almost looks like there's like sand or something in it. And then this is the olive green over here, which also, can you see that? I'm going to try to hold it up a little close. You see how it just looks, there's such texture to it, and I just love that. And my cerulean blue, that is also granulating, as well as the ultramarine blue. Both of those are granulating. And look, you can really see the granulation in this violet. See how it looks? It looks like there's something in it, right? It looks leather-like, or that like it has sand in it, right? So, and this is the magenta. It's granulating a little bit. And yeah, these aren't granulating too very much, really, at all. Now, once it dries, it might be a little different. So what I'll do is once this dries, I'll write the names on, take some pictures and post it at the end of the video. Now look at this, what is it? The burnt umber, the last one. You can see the granulation in there. You see how it's like different shades within the same color? And this also, the burnt sienna, I know also granulates. And this, oh my gosh, so this is the phthalo blue, and that I can see is also granulating. So like I said, what I'll do is I'm going to let this dry and come back and write the names on, and then I'm going to post a bunch of pictures so that you can see up close the beautiful granulation once it's all dry. And again, I'll have the names on it so that you'll know. So the QOR paints to me are very pigmented, except for this violet. And that's one of the things that I really, really, really like about this paint. The other thing is when you blend paints together. So if I had, I don't know, let's just say this blue and I added yellow to it. Oh my gosh, it reacts so beautifully together. It's beautiful paint. So that is it. Let me know if you have any questions. And I'm really liking this palette. Right, I think I have a good assortment on here. So the greens are new except for this olive green. This one I had in my palette, but I did purchase these other three because I wanted to get different shades of green into the palette. Yeah, so I am happy with this. Thank you so much. Stay and just watch the pictures that are going to pop up next, and let me know if you have any questions. All right, thanks so much. Bye-bye.